We are here at Santa Maria, Pangasinan for the documentation of their mushroom production.
The history of mushroom.
Thousands of years before people began to grow mushroom, they were already eating and consuming them. And it was probably goes back much further than the evidence that we have, but the very first bit of evidence there appears to be comes from about 19,000 years ago. From a cave in northern Spain, it was found in the remains of a lady that had been uncovered there some spores of a number of different mushroom varieties. And they were found in this spot on Arctic. These spores found in Arctic indicating that she was eating several different varieties of mushroom that came from the group of Boletus, which is famous edible mushroom, and also the agaric group of mushroom. So it appears that at least 19,000 years people in Spain were eating a few different types of edible mushroom. Probably they've been doing the same all over the world. For much longer, there were also bits of evidence from anywhere from 10,000 right the way through to 2,000 years ago of all over the world. People apparently taking hallucinogenic mushroom and then capturing this is various form of art, whether it's the status like we can see here, that there interactives between humans and mushrooms.
The first evidence of cultivation seems to came from Japan, whereby they began growing shiitake mushroom on logs, and the method was quite basic, but they would take some wild fruiting logs of shiitake and place them next to some freshly cut logs in order that some of the spores was spread from the mushroom into the logs. But it was fairly unreliable, and the first kinds of reliable ongoing production of mushroom that we see around the world started in Paris, in France around about 300 years ago. And it was observed that composed with horse manure and straw was naturally producing this white asparagus button mushroom, and some people decide to take that a step further and try and keep the cultivation going, and they did so in these empty quarries underneath in Paris. So all of this limestone had been mined out to build the building in the city of Paris became the perfect growing environment for the mushrooms to grow. So they were taking horse manure and straw, which was coming from all over the rural areas of northern France, was coming in on trains and then on horse and car, and bringing it to the quarries, and they were the compost with down a little bit once it had composted for a while. They would then introduce the mushroom and manage the growing process in this road that you can see in the picture, and the process then spreads to England and America, and was really the beginning of the large-scale button mushroom industry. Over the last 50 of 100 years, that process has really been refined and scaled up massively. And in the early days, there were problems with having reliable spawn, and in the early 19,000, there were some process developed in universities that meant you could have good sterilized technique and produce reliable spawn, and on the back of that lots of money was poured into mushroom production. And this huge scale profit driven mushroom farm emerged like the one you can see in the picture. And that is the history of mushroom cultivation.
The step of mushroom production involves chopping of straw, soaking in clean water for 3 to 4 hours, draining out water after soaking, filling into gunny bags, and pasteurizing in hot water at 80 to 90 degrees Celsius. For 2 hours, removal of excess water from substrate, 150 gauge, 12 to 14 or 16 to 18 inches to 1.5 inch PVC ring, and non-absorbent cotton. The sponge bags are kept in sponge running room 20 to 25 days until the entire straw is covered with white growth. The bag must be checked constantly for contamination, and contaminated bag must be discarded. After complete growth, bags are opened for air exchange and for the mushroom to appear. These bags are shifted to another room known as a propping room. The first flesh appears after 4 to 6 days of making loads of floating and maturation. The harvesting stage may take 2 to 3 days. 2 to 3 flashes can be harvested with 7 to 10 days gap in 1 month period. Total cropping cycle from saving to the final harvest can last for 25 to 45 days depending on the variety. The harvested crop may be sold fresh, whole, or sliced in food.
Kuya, some question regarding to your mushroom production. Why did you come up with this business and what is the reason behind it? Bakit mo po naisipan na mag-production ko ng mga mushroom?
Dito kami dito matanong para sa campaign sa munisipyo dahil ito ang utok ng munisipyo.
Parang it's po nila na mag-production there para matulungan po yung mga kantama. What material should we use in making a mushroom? Ano po yung mga ginagamit natin mga materials?
Soda, sugar, lime, tarak, yun lang madami.
What is the estimated cost?
Gastos po
Yung gastos niyo po sa paggawa nito?
mga 20,000 din madami.
Yung parang marami na po siyang magagawa.
20,000 lang to 3,000 din mga protein bags.
Conditions are needed for mushroom to grow. Ano pong kailangan para mapalaki yung mushroom?
Yun lang, bibili lang ng mga hapon. Lalaki na yung sa malagad ng tubig.
Kailangan po malamig na yung plates niya.
Opo, madam. Pag mainit kasi, hindi tutubig.
Do you use some product for fertilizer?
Hindi ma'am.
What is the major problems in mushroom cultivation?
Yung ma'am, purong tamang ito.
Sir, how many months bago nyo ma-harvest yung mga ganitong klase ng mushroom?
1.5 months, sir.
Sir, how much money you earn in this mushroom business?
Sa campaign,
Yung kita nyo, sir, sa isang milyon.
ang kuwan. 35, sir.
Where do you deliver mushroom or where do you sell your mushroom?
Dito din mga sa munisipyo, sa palengke, sa city, at station, nabibinta naman ng
Malakas din po ko lang kita niya sa pagbilang ka.
malakasin na, nabibinta naman dito.
Which mushroom are the best to grow? Anong klaseng mushroom po yung parang mas best? Anong yung klase na po? Anong klase?
Chloropus po, madam.
Lahat ito chlorobus. This is where they make the mushroom, and later they will show to us the process of making a mushroom. This is where they steam the mushroom, and these are some of their machinery of making a mushroom.
This is the process of making a mushroom.
Na kilo ng isang kilong lime or apple. Then 10 kilos na darak. Saka 1 kilong suka at 78 kilos na puso. So, gandahin nga ba na? Yun o. Okay, ang lalim. Ikaw mong basta ganun natin. Then we mix.
After they will mix all the materials that are needed, they will put some water on it.
Katapos na natin mamix ang sugar at lime, lagyan na natin ng tubig. Naman. Pag nabasa na lahat, takpan ng pantulga. Takpan natin ng 2 weeks para ay sumikay ang tusok.
This is a 1 month of stacking a mushroom. This is the after 1 month.
Mushrooms are the fruiting body common to many species of fungi and are used to store and release spores into the environment. A mushroom is made from a collection of fungal cells called hyphae, which are woven together to produce a spore-bearing mushroom. We have 10 examples of inedible mushroom and 5 examples of edible mushroom.
Benefits of mushroom cultivation.
And mushroom can play an important role contributing to the livelihood of rural and pre-urban through food security and income generation. Mushroom can make a valuable dietary addition through protein and various micronutrients, and coupled with their medical properties. Mushroom cultivation can represent a valuable small-scale enterprise option. And mushrooms are an excellent source of potassium. In fact, it is said that there is more potassium in a mushroom than a banana. Since potassium helps lower blood pressure and diminish the risk of stroke. Mushrooms are recommended to people suffering from hypertension. Mushrooms are rich in copper, a mineral that has cardioprotective properties. A single serving of mushroom is said to provide about 20 to 40% of the daily needs of copper. Mushrooms are believed to help fight against cancer. They are an excellent source of selenium, an antioxidant that works with vitamin E to protect cells from the damaging effect of free radical.
Can help reduce vulnerability to poverty and strengthen livelihood through the generation of a fast-yielding and nutritious source of food and a reliable source of income. Also, our mushroom are rich, low calories source of fiber, protein, and antioxidants. They may also mitigate the risk of developing serious health conditions such as Alzheimer's, heart disease, cancer, and diabetes. They are also great sources of selenium. Selenium is a powerful mineral that is essential for the proper function of our body. It plays a critical role in metabolism and thyroid function and helps protect your body from damage caused by oxidative stress.